All right. So when I'm talking about projecting and enabling and that stuff in the operation about creating chaos, okay? So when I arrived at the meeting, I spoke to Marty Hunt. Marty Hunt told me before that Jason Hunt in Caloundra is a Nazi, that he like collects Nazi paraphernalia. There's been pictures of him wearing Nazi paraphernalia, and that like up here there's John Marnie and his Labor Party and all this stuff. So it's a Labor Party shitbag thing with me, okay? So what Marty Hunt said to me was, these people aren't Liberal National Party voters, are they? And I said, no. And he said, they vote for the side that you were rallying for before, right? The people that are making all this fucking mess here. And I said, yeah, a lot of them are the people that I got to vote. He said, look, I don't like the fact they're giving people fucking syringes and there's a drug resource issue. They're using our resources and that's a fucking issue. Okay? So fucking run them out of here. But I'm telling you, we're all talking about collectively. Nathan said there's fucking deals coming through here. Multi-million dollars worth of meth, like being parked in cars out the back and stuff like that, right? We tell Marty Hunt this, okay? And then Marty tells me, okay, so what we did was we banned everybody. And when we banned them, we targeted the people that were the direct drug dealers inside the venue. So when you stop Lenice Combungo from selling Rohypnol or selling meth or weed or fentanyl or all the shit that she sells, right? And all of the friends, all the robbers and stuff. As soon as you stop them from doing that, what happens is they're going to retaliate. So what I theorize is that, and I know to be true now, Marty greenlit this operation for me to do this cleanup for him, and he said that he needed it in this interim time. Robert Skelton was in the background trying to blame me for his loss and trying to say that Marty's a fuck up and that Labor will do a better job and all this type of stuff, right? So I just want you to know, as far as the problems go up in here, I don't have any problems with Kendall Morton. I don't have any problems with any Liberal National Party people like Andrew Wallace and stuff. My problems with Caloundra are with a Labor Party, a small Labor Party contingency of people who are pro-Democrat, and their position no longer exists. Jacinta Ardern, Joe Biden, Labor Party position no longer exists in this world. So once we attacked their revenue, okay, so it's just simple. This is how we threw the underworld into chaos, and this was our intention. There's a drug resource issue, okay? There's fucking drug addicts coming in here and using this place as a fucking as a drop-in center, as a fucking YMCA, right? And then also there's people coming in here and they're selling millions of dollars worth. There's millions of dollars worth of drugs moving through this fucking gaming room a week. So once you fucking ban them and they're not allowed in here, and if you call the QPS and all this type of shit, they're going to fucking go crazy. 2 weeks later, right? So the thing is I had them. So it wasn't a war game, okay? What it is I design systems, and my systems are like similar to other scientific and behavioral policing systems, but I've designed my own system, okay? And like designed it from ground up, okay? So if you see me with this BARS security shirt on, right, in here in Caloundra, the police will follow you around, but it's what you get when you graduate certificate 2 in security operations with BARS security, like I did in Maroochydore around the corner from Fiona Simpson's office. So Marty Hunt told me to attack the Labor Party culture, the culture that Rob Skelton put into place, which is the drug addicts that were encamped in that venue. He told me to detonate it, and I fucking did. And Rob started to threaten me, and Rob got involved. And then I sent this report to Rob and to Marty and to everybody, right, at 3 p.m. on March the 1st, saying something's going to happen. This is Nathan's lockdown order and all this stuff. And then that night, Rebels motorcycle gang came and did the attack. And then the police came and showed evidence in front of me of kill chain. So what I believe is that Patrick Brian Gardner was telling people here in Caloundra, like Andrew J. Lilly and Pierre from 1/3 French, that there's a burn notice on me that is associated with the Banditos, that is associated with the Rebels. These cops have these meets with people like Jody Sharp, who's fucking threatened my life a whole bunch of times. And I had to leave the boxing club because there's too much biker activity going on. But so what happened that night was, I believe that Jordan resembled. So what happened was they circulated the pictures of me when I was a COVID marshal, the straight out of Nambour guys, when I had the spiky hair and I had no beard and everything. And my hair still had color in it, like in 2021. Okay. So Jordan happened to look like me in 2021. And there was a rumor that I have a small dick, right? So they went up and they grabbed Jordan by his dick. And it turns out, I think that dude actually had a small dick. I don't. But they kept on grabbing his dick until the fight broke out. And they thought that they were targeting me. And there was like other people there. So the people that I let in, the guy with the that only had one leg, right? They were rebels. I could work it out later. They were related to the people that later robbed the place. So I was in there telling people, all these people that we're banning, they're fucking casing this place out to rob it one day. And they're just waiting for the fucking big bad wolf to get out of here, me. Because once I'm gone, they're the big bad wolf and you're the prey. Everybody who works here. So I've spoken to Jordan, and Jordan told me that the police haven't pressed charges. And I think that they hadn't charged the guy that did the stabbing. And it's ridiculous the way that they've went with it. But it just evidenced to me that somebody like John Marnie used his backdoor contacts, probably police that get steroids or something, through the bikies to hand this hit up to them and for it to reach Phil Skinner. Phil Skinner's in with the Rebels, and a lot of these dudes are in with the Banditos and the Rebels, who are both the power players on the Sunshine Coast. Okay. And the police. So it's a police, Rebels, Banditos are the same entity in Caloundra and the Mafia, but not in Nambour. And it's all Labor Party stuff. It's where's the Labor Party enclave? All of the frustrated Labor Party people because Jason Hunt let them down. And then now it's Kendall's territory, and it's fucking great and clean and awesome, right? So the end result is Liberal National Party. We get a better result, and we have integrity, and we're not dirty. And I'm a Gough Whitlam and a pro Anthony Albanese Labor Party person, but he knows, he can see there's a crisis within his party. It's Generation X guys who have went through everything, and then they're like, "Oh, we're the Godfather. We can get you killed with our unionistas and shit like that." And then it's like, Dave's generation's Generation Y. He's never going to get to a point where he's going to be thinking like that. And he's going to be like at a point where people who act and think like that are corrupt and need to get put out of our system. You're not here to kill people. If you got into this job to kill people, then you need to get out. You're a psycho. It doesn't matter what it is. So, I was recording all of the data accurately on all these people, and they knew it, and they were getting told by Rob Skelton, because Rob Skelton was the person in the background that was playing the left-wing Sandinista thing, Nambornista with me, Kevin 07ista thing with me. Okay. So it's all Kevin 07istas. How did I know who the Labor voters were and who the bad guys were and the concentration of who I was up against? Because I walked the line, and all of Robert's friends that were fucking with me with all the situations he set up when I was working there. So the Labor Party, they're just backstabbers on a Queensland government level, and all they do is complain about what the other people have done and that they can do a better job. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. It's like, fuck, just shit throwing. It's like, mate, there's West African fucking banana republics that have more sophisticated political dialogue than that, right? Okay, so this is not like a Dave MacMillan podcast type of thing. This is specifically for the complaint. Okay, thank you.